call, even on a very short notice. Actually, initially, I didn't think I wanted to do a conference call, but I thought it might be better that we have a call so that you can have up-to-date information and don't have to sorry, I don't know what the light is not too good. Let me try to move around a little bit to see if it's better. Yeah, I'm in a hotel which is not too bright here. Again, thank you so much for taking your time to join us this afternoon, evening, depending where you are, or early morning. Yeah, we just come out with the 10Q, and I wanted to give you some guidance so that you know exactly what we are looking at, what we expect, to come, and so that we don't have to guess in the dark. And so I feel it's my duty and obligation to share with you information, even though it's a very short call we have today. And again, thank you so much for your patience. I know it was very, very frustrating for all of you, and including myself, because we set out, we were hoping to close a number of financing packages and much earlier, but then it didn't happen. Then I really, looking back, I should have not set a timeline myself, where I was very eager, very ambitious and optimistic, and what to see things happen. But then it didn't happen at the timeline that we set out. It caused a lot of frustration and anxiety on many people, and yeah, I apologize to all of you for that. But it doesn't mean that we're not gonna share anything. We'll be sharing things too, but I want to be very careful when we want to set a timeline where you want to expect things to happen. As we know, if you have chance to follow or look into the last quarter, we incur operating a loss of about $307,000 compared to $290,000 the previous year, same quarter previous year. And total loss was about 1.7, almost $1.8 million compared to $2 million last year. During the past quarter, we didn't generate any consulting revenue. Actually, we received about $100,000 from a client / partner, but we didn't book it as an income because we still have some work to do on our side. So we put it as a contingency, as a liability, but we didn't record it as an earning, as revenue yet. That's why we didn't show anything as far as income or revenue was concerned. Now, the main focus of the company has been developing the Asia Dynamic Chain, and also looking into acquiring and also investing in the other companies and opportunities. So what I want to share with you, so that you know what we should be looking for in the next, say, month or month and a half, between now and the end of June. Our main focus will be closing the financing and investment management agreement packages. So far, right now, we still have 7 of those packages or programs running in parallel. There are 2 loans and 5 investment management packages, totaling about $5.4 billion. And something wrong with the system. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's like it's a little bit jumpy here. I don't know why. Our focus for the next month and a month and a half is to close not all of them, but most of them, especially the $100 million, the $250 million and the $200 million, and then the $1 billion and $3 billion. There's two other packages that we may or may not be able to close within this time frame. But we've been working very, very diligently on all of the parallel. We spend sometimes more time on one than the other. And I was so eager, so ambitious, wanted to see it happen. But I think the best thing we want to do right now is not to give a timeline, say, or next week or the following week, but we will show it with an AK showing that one is closed, next one is closed. The closing of these financing packages and investment management agreements are so important for us because sources the capital to do what we have set out to do. We have a number of very lucrative, very profitable, big potential projects that we have invested, and we have like the Smart Tire program with Tien Thanh. Even though our stock transfer or acquisition agreement with Tien Thanh has expired, but we have been in constant dialogue and have agreed that as soon as we close one or more of our funding programs, we will invest or co-invest with Tien Thanh Group in their Smart Tire program in the U.S. in South Carolina. That is one of our focus. Of course, we have been also been in dialogue with Coda Group. The agreement with Coda has also expired. It's up to them. It's not up to us because the closing date is no longer valid. But we intend to come back and revisit and renegotiate and work out a new deal when we have money on our belt. So that's our plan. And at the same time, we have also looked into other projects, other opportunities, not only in the US, but in other countries as well. And we will share those with you when the time comes. So we both investing and acquiring other companies as well. We've been working very, very closely, very diligently on the Diamond Exchange program. And actually, thanks to our international partner, a number of partners, but the key behind this is him to be on one of our calls later when the time is ready. But we made tremendous progress with respect to the development of the lab-grown diamond exchange, and also the rough and the polished diamond program as well. And after the recess, we expect to have filed the application with the Vietnamese government to launch the lab-grown diamond exchange first. So those are the main emphases of the company with the closing of our financing programs, with the closing of our investment management programs. And fortunately, the investors and our partners, our financing partners are quite patient. We've been working very closely with them, and they want to work with us because we believe we do have investment opportunities and programs that will benefit everybody involved. We as the project sponsor or our affiliates being the project sponsors, and we have the investors, and of course there are other stakeholders that are involved in each of these programs as well. And we would like to spend a good chunk of fund as we have committed ourselves. We will absolutely do that, is to buy back a lot of our share from the open market. In the scope of things, sometimes we had to issue shares at a time when the price is not the best, but however, we do believe that with a very large amount of money to buy back those shares, and we have announced we will keep our word. We will do that for sure. And I think that's most the gist of things. I mean, the most important items on the table for us that we want to consider and pay attention to right now is first and foremost is the closing of financing programs and the investment management packages. And of course, when we have the money under our button at that time, we can decide what to do. Actually, we already have the investing programs, lined out for us, already, vetted and ready to take action. But first thing first. So I'm not going to say when. And sometimes I say, as I mentioned, I was shooting myself in the foot, because every time I open my mouth and say, "Oh, next week, in 2 weeks," and then nothing happened. It caused a lot of frustration and anxiety for many people. And I've learned it the hard way. I'm going to say that again. But I will commit myself, as I have, will deliver. Well, as one of shareholders, just text to me, send me a text message before this this call. I say, show it in a 10K. 8K. Show it in an 8K. Yes, absolutely. So that's very more important than giving a projection. And of course, there are many delays that are involved. I mentioned briefly the other day about the receiving bank. They have certain requirements to verify the source of funds and make sure that everything is clean and clear. Actually, we already passed the clearance with, not only security, background check and all that stuff with the government, but also foreign government where the money is coming from, but also with the local bank where the funds will be deposited in our overseas account. So there's some procedure, and this involves a lot of money. It's just not like a couple $1 million or maybe a few $100,000, so that is quite involved, and sometimes we just cannot explain all the details. And of course, since you do not have the all the information available to you, of course, it makes it even harder for you to imagine, what's going on, why didn't happen, and so forth, But unfortunately, I just cannot share with each and every one of you, because I've got a lot of text messages, emails, and all kinds of things, and I'm sorry for not being able to answer to all of you for a number of reasons. Sometimes I just don't want to give information out too early that may or may not happen, and then some of you are so excited and go out and say, "Oh, this is going to happen," and so forth, and then it's not fair for everybody. So please forgive me if I don't answer certain questions, but anything important for all our shareholders, I promise to share publicly so that everybody will have access to the same information. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. The going may look tough on the surface, but we have a lot of great things behind the scene, and we'll be showing them so that everybody say, "Oh, it's happening." So my focus, or not my, but our company's focus in the next month and a half before the end of June. That means the middle of this of the year already, is to close several financing and investment management packages so that we have real cash to work, and that will change everything. So don't be discouraged. Sometimes it's hard. It's some of you have been with this with our company for so long, and you haven't been able to make any money. And sometimes in the past the share was high, you didn't sell, and then you waited on, and then now it's low. And sometimes you're looking back, so I should have sold all the share at that time. But I wish I knew how the market would move it too. But of course I haven't sold one single share, and I bought shares at prices that were much higher than some of you. But I believe in the future of the company, and I am fully committed to finishing my job so that everybody will be happy. And I hope when things financings are closed and we announce big partnerships with major companies, so forth, I believe at that time, there's a chance for our share price to advance, to go higher. Of course, there'll be opportunity for you. If you decide to sell, that's fine. If you don't want to sell, that's fine too, because each of you, your investment horizon, your risk tolerance, and your goals and objective may be different from your fellow shareholders. So each person may be different. But as far as my role is concerned, I'm not going anywhere. I need to finish this first before I turn into the next chapter of my life. I have to finish this. I cannot just just leave it undone. So I'm still with you. I will give my best to the company and to our shareholders. And our shareholder, I don't remember exactly the gentleman's name, but come back, or was this correct that you acquire share this price? And I said, yes, I did. Yeah, I believe it. And I, for many years, I didn't even get paid in cash. I even mortgaged my house to put money to the company because I believe in the future, in our mission, in what we have set out to do. Ladies and gentlemen, just a heart chat with you, so that I don't want to leave you in the dark. When we put out the 10Q, you don't know what's going on. Look at the numbers. What do they mean? In the scope of things, when we accomplish, even if we close one financing package, that will make everything, a big difference for the company already. And if we close 4 or 5 of them, is anything prematurely right now. Let's wait for an 8K to be posted, and then okay, it's done. And so I'm not gonna tell you when. Maybe not this week, maybe next week, but I'm not gonna say that anymore. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking your time to join me. I'm at a location right now that is almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd be going to a meeting in less than 2 hours. So thank you for taking your time to join us, everybody, on this call, and hope you have a good rest of the day, wherever you may be, and may God bless us. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.